Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is the scene for the Changeling venue. Um, Here we have Viscount Valarius, Sir Sam, Knight of the Realm, and Pinch, just Pinch. Yeah, he's like an actual commoner with like no title. It's just Pinch. Kind of awesome. A little jealous. Um, and they are essentially talking about the ongoings of the different decisions that were enacted by the Parliament of Dreams and good ways they can put their minds together for a reasonable plan. Valerius has made preparations for a small respite as at his palace as they sit and talk and chat, and we can start seeing there with everyone present.
Okay, as we've been visiting for a while, Sam's just kind of sitting back in his chair, smiling at everyone, when all of a sudden, you you see him sit bolt upright, and his eyes are bulging, like literally out of his head, and and he's like, oh shit, why didn't I think of this before? And he just um slams his fist into his open palm. Hey guys, I've got an idea
What's that?
for the giant issue. Oh my god. Val, you're a genius. I just want to sit that out right now. You're a goddamn genius. I love you, man. Okay, okay. And Sam is really excited. Like he is just over the moon. We create a pathway for the giants, a highway of giants, and we can use them to gently follow the path we mark out.
Pinch kind of cocks his head to the side, in a very bird-like gesture, and looks at Sam and I know exactly where this pathway should be. I'm sure you don't have any thoughts on the subject.
Of course I do. We can work together. We can map it out in the library. It's great. But what we could do to ensure that the whole kingdom is covered, right, is we make a set of pillars or like spikes that we can hammer into the ground. If we wanted to, we could use spikes of sheet plate just to make sure that they're durable. And I'm sorry, guys. Feel free to talk amongst yourself. I'm gonna a very annoying neighbor outside. I'm just gonna close my window. As much as I'm gonna hate it, I'll be right back.
Okay. Val kind of scratches his head. You know, he kind of has a point. What do you think, Pinch, if we decided to... You're pretty decent on the upkeep about lores and whatnot, right?
I have no idea what you're talking about. I never read at all.
Fair enough. So I was thinking that maybe, just maybe, if we could learn more about it, if you would take up this task, if you're not busy with anything else, what type of habitat a giant would want. So this way, we could make preparations for where the giant could go, like a direction that we could kind of lead him in. Kind of like a herding of a cow, almost. It would not...
Not at all like a tiger at the zoo, perhaps. And he kind of cocks his head to the side.
Tiger at the zoo would probably be more apt, but it would give the Gwydians something to do without them being in direct danger of like trying to fight it and kill it.
Well, I don't understand your intentions, but I've never seen the eyes of a tiger at the zoo. They always seem so happy with where they've been led. Are we not entirely sure that this is a solid plan that will last ages and not something that they will decide to run out on in 10 minutes because they enjoy this place so much.
Um, and Sam will, Sam will come back and sit down, still really excited. I, on that note, oof, I kind of took the inspiration of when Val handled the dragon. That was brilliant, by the way, bud. Total props to you on that. Um, um, the thing is, if we aid them by sort of gazing the imprint of the highway which we make, and
Mm-hmm.
the suggestion of following it,
Mm-hmm.
if we do it subtly enough, it shouldn't cause any issue. My other thought is in the nature of protecting the giants, there should be an additional ease that would prevent others from harming the giants without cause.
Uh,
And
what about making a habitat for the giant? Like, perhaps we can petition Morwen or someone with unoccupied lands. That could be like a home to
Mm-hmm.
it, and basically put up protections to keep other people out.
but there's a lot of giants out there, aren't there? I mean,
I think we just know about the one. I don't know if there's like many of them.
but
I'm fully aware of this situation, and I know that someone has gone and spoken with this giant to see what its deal is. I'm sure I'm incorrect.
well, I mean, we can still do that, but our our initial concern has to be for the kingdom at large.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But at least this way, I thought we could do it in a way that would um bring the least amount of stress or harm to all concerned.
Well, please take me the wrong way, Sir Sam. Um, I completely don't understand what you're talking about, and deny everything that you've said. But the kingdom itself can take care of itself. But I entirely understand that the people are not really in any kind of danger or anything. I mean, very small feet, very large people. I'm completely distracted by that. But again, I think that we might be putting the horse before the cart in that we don't really need to go and talk to this guy and see, who cares what his motivations are, what it wants, what it needs, but as the Viscount said, I have no interest in doing this research for you, but it's definitely going to take like 5 minutes. I mean, it's nothing. I mean, I'm sure I know exactly what book to go to and to research this on. But I mean, it's not a noble undertaking at all. Definitely not worth your time or the Viscount's time. And I'm not excited at all to be a part of it.
Well, I I certainly do see your perspective of it as well, and I do think that it is important to try and open communications with all giants that come along. But I do feel that if we could facilitate um either the highway of giants, if you'll pardon me coining the phrase, or the habitat idea, um, actually actually, my friends, if I might offer one small issue with the habitat idea, not that I necessarily mind uh, the idea on a certain level, but there is something to be considered. I feel a a giant is a living being. It's a living person, as far as I know, and we should. I feel un, unless we can establish otherwise, we should allow it to have its freedom. This is why I feel creating a pathway for it that it can safely conduct its own affairs without endangering the citizens of the Kingdom of Apples would be the most prudent way around this. Because as far as I know, a giant is a person, in, as far as I know.
These are a lot of circumstantial information, but I do like your plan, Sam. So, Hench, you could definitely go to the Infinite Library and talk to a Boggan by the name of Anastasia. She should be able to help you with the at least the preliminary look of knowledge and whatnot. While you're there, you can feel free to check out any other books you might need. I just ask that you return them at some point.
Um, if I might also, in that case, while our esteemed friend is doing that, perhaps you and I can look over some maps and try to figure out what the best route to use would be. In the event of the creation of the pillars, I'm sure between you and I we could find some appropriate people to help with this. Um, my only immediate thought would be, would you be willing to help me put this in the form of a proposal to bring before Parliament? I don't want to initiate something like this without their consent. If you know what I mean.
I could take care of the Parliament part if you I'm pretty sure I get the gist of what you want, and I should be able to present a request for Parliament.
Excellent. Um, could we, in that case, um, what do you think of having the pillars made out of sheep plate? Because once we put these in, we should endeavor to ensure that they're sturdy and solid and not easily brought down.
All right, these are all things that we could work on. But I think we have a good basis. We can start making moves and request to Parliament once Pinch has made some headway and book list I've given him.
This is excellent, and I I thank you all for helping me with this. I'm sorry that it came out of nowhere, but the iron the iron must be struck hot if you take my meaning. I couldn't not share this.
All right. With that, the Viscount starts making a few notes for himself and looks at his watch and says, "Well, I think we have a place to be. So,
Would you mind if I accompanied you, my friend?
no, not at all.
Um,
Hence, you coming?
Actually, I think he's
All
AFK
right.
now.
All right. So with that, we will end the scene with Viscount and Sir Sam heading towards the sentencing of the marshal.
Great.
Good morning, good evening, and good night, wherever you may be. This has been a scene for the Changeling venue.